The occupation forces continued to advance and penetrate the withdrawal lines on an almost daily basis, especially in the Philadelphia axis, exceeding the agreed distances by an amount ranging between 300 and 500 meters. These violations were concentrated in the following areas: Al-Auda roundabout, Tel Zarub, Al-Salam neighborhood, Tel Sultan, Al-Tayran intersection, Saudi neighborhood 1, Al-Barahma, Al-Shoka in Rafah, East Al-Maghazi, East Al-Brej, and Al-Shuja'iyya, delaying the withdrawal from Al-Rashid and Salah Al-Din Street and preventing the return of the displaced for 2 full days. Prisoner-related violations: delaying the release of detainees in all stages with their delay from 2 to 6 hours. Preventing the release of the final batch of the first stage. 600 detainees for 5 days using useless excuses. Forcing released detainees on Saturday, February 15 and Wednesday, February 26 to wear clothing with Nazi and racist symbols. Refusing the release of 47 prisoners. Replaced 9 others, bringing the total number of prisoners replaced to 56 without prior agreement. Refusing to disclose the names of hundreds of Palestinians from Gaza, as it only disclosed 2,400 abductees. Detainees were subjected to beating, humiliation, torture, and starvation. The families of freed detainees were prevented from traveling to reunite with them. Violations related to relief, shelter, and humanitarian protocol. 23 out of 50 fuel trucks were allowed to enter Gaza per day, as 978 trucks entered in only 42 days. 132,000 out of 200,000 tents were allowed into Gaza at a rate of 66%. Only 15 out of 60,000 mobile homes entered the enclave. Only 9 out of 500 heavy equipment needed to clear the rubble and retrieve the bodies entered. Preventing the entry of building and finishing material to rehabilitate the infrastructure. Preventing the entry of medical equipment needed to rehabilitate hospitals, and only 5 ambulances were allowed to enter. Refusing to allow the entry of civil defense equipment to retrieve thousands of bodies trapped under the rubble. Preventing the entry of cash to banks and refusing to change old banknotes. As for Rafah crossing, dozens of travelers, including patients and injured, were turned back despite prior agreements allowing their travel. The Philadelphia corridor, daily incursions by the Israeli forces continued, advancing hundreds of meters instead of reducing their presence. The occupation did not begin withdrawing from the corridor on day 42 as scheduled, and the withdrawal was not completed by day 50.